Okay, let's stop the photos, folks. And if you can ask your questions nice and loud, and let's get them out of the way quickly. Thank you.
And I want to know, like, do you think I'm going to get my generation, my generation to develop with the instant culture that's going on the way the industry seem to be?
You know, it's as much of an optimist as I am, it's looking increasingly not likely. You know, I mean, it's really starting to thin out as far as like really great. But we'll see what happens. You know, I always have high hopes for that shit.
Slash, can we ask you 4 times at Donington so far? What are your memories of your race?
Well, the first time obviously was super memorable because that was 1988. It was the time that when Guns N' Roses came over here, not really knowing how massive the band had become, and the response that we got was just overwhelming. It stuck with me to this day. And then I had the next experience was playing in between. I forgot who it was, but in between 2 metal bands. I think it was White Zombie, and I forgot who the other band was. Snake Pit, who nobody knew who the fuck it was. And that feeling of being out on a stage in front of 60,000 people, all standing there going, "What the fuck?" You know, one of those. You know. And then the next time was Velvet Revolver, and that was one of the most different sort of Donington lineups. I think I can't remember, Chemical Romance and shit like that. So that was interesting. And then today is really cool because, you know, Big Al was playing, Aerosmith's here, and the whole 3 days has been amazing acts. You know, Airborne's playing, we got Rage Against the Machine, who's one of the most fantastic bands of all time, and then AC/DC, of course, and all the other bands that are playing. So this is just great to be a part of it.
How much are you looking forward to playing new songs off your album?
As much as I have for the last 10 shows. I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking, but the album's been pretty well received, and that's a better feeling than going out there like in the capacity that I did with Snake Pit in '95 or whatever. But so I'm looking forward to it, but you know, I'm always a little bit pensive and nervous before every gig, and this is one of those gigs.
How are the fans reacting to the new songs?
So far so good. It's been great. Yeah, I mean, actually, I have to be more open about that. It's been especially special in the way that people have treated the new songs and treated the band. And Miles Kennedy doing Guns N' Roses songs. I mean, he's so good that people are just like, wow, that's, you know. So it's been really great.
Do you think Guitar Hero is going to help in a new generation, you know, take up guitar playing and hopefully become?
Well, basically, the only reason I got involved in Guitar Hero really was because because of the track list was so cool, and it introduces kids to a lot of cool rock and roll that they might not otherwise have been exposed to. So it's been doing that, but apparently the statistics say that more kids are picking up guitar as a result of that. So it's nice to be involved with something that's sort of pushing that kind of progress along. I know. And I've been around since 22 years ago.
Which bands, in your opinion, do you reckon don't make a landmark in your opinion?
As far as new bands are concerned, Airborne might be one of them. I mean, those guys are phenomenal. I don't know if you've seen them, but as far as new rock and roll bands, there hasn't been like a lot of insanely great new rock bands that I've been seeing lately. Bullet for My Valentine's pretty cool. I just played with them a couple times. It's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Slash, Lemmy's here today as well. Are you going to go on stage with him?
Yeah, well, you never know.
Do you feel more or less pressure going into solo?
A lot of people have been asking me that. It's not so much pressure as being a solo artist. That's really not the thing. I think I needed that freedom to go out and play, so I'm more looking forward to going out and doing it because I don't have anybody holding me back. I don't have any kind of obstacles, unnecessary obstacles that I'm familiar with from past experiences. So I'm actually happy to do it. And I don't really think about the solo aspect of it because as I'm always want to do, as soon as I get into a group situation where it plays live, it becomes a band. And I don't really think about sort of my, you know, boss, whatever you want to call me. I don't look at it that way.
Slash, with the collaboration of the album that you got with some of the greatest names of rock music at the moment, what's going to be your next project?
You know, I really don't know. The only thing, you know, I'm really focused sort of in the present, and I've got this tour going on, and that's all that really matters at the moment. But I do have Velvet Revolver to go back and see if we can find a fucking good singer and get that, do a record. You know, that's about as far down the road as I can see.
When do the auditions take place?
They've been going on for the last year.
Okay, one more question, folks, please, and we're going to have to...
Is there anybody on this side? Yeah.
There was a bit of an incident on Thursday evening at your show. Is your guitar all better now?
You know what? It turned out that I just ripped one of the machine heads off. Okay. So it fared. We made it through the next gig with it. Okay, so it's good.
Okay, folks, listen. Thank you very much. Can we have a round of applause for Slash? Thank you.